Hey guys, I'm Nisa Homey. Today I'm sharing a highly nutritious paratha made with fresh moringa leaves. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the recipe. To make moringa paratha, I'm using fresh moringa leaves. For those who are new to moringa leaves is also known as drumstick leaves. Into a bowl, I'm adding in the fresh moringa leaves. I've already washed and rinsed the moringa leaves and I'm adding it into the bowl. Recent studies at NCBS shows that moringa leaves has anti-diabetic and anti-obesity properties. The study by National Center for Biological Sciences NCBS Bangalore shows that moringa leaves contains 30 times more iron and 100 times more calcium than spinach. It is also a rich source of vitamin A, C and E. Moringa helps to balance hormones. It is ideal for those with health issues like thyroid, PCOS and diabetes, and also for those who has iron deficiency anemia. Okay, this is 1 cup of fresh moringa leaves. So I'm just taking a handful of the leaves and I'm slicing it into the bowl itself. Okay, now the leaves are finely chopped. Into this I'm finely slicing in 1 green chilli. Green chilli you can increase or decrease to suit your taste. Finely slice or chop the green chilli into this. Next I am chopping in 1 medium-sized onion. Into this I am grating in a small piece of ginger. Adding in half teaspoon black pepper powder, freshly ground black pepper powder. Half teaspoon turmeric powder. Today I am using Vigon turmeric which has high curcumin content. Now when you are using turmeric, make sure you add at least a pinch of black pepper powder for better assimilation of the active ingredient in turmeric known as curcumin. So do not skip adding pepper when you are using turmeric. 1/4 teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. 1/3 teaspoon ajwain. When you are adding ajwain, lightly crush the ajwain and add it in so that the flavors are released. 1/3 teaspoon roasted jeera powder, also known as cumin powder. Ajwain, jeera and ginger helps with digestion. Pink Himalayan salt as needed. Half teaspoon coriander powder. 1/4 teaspoon amchur powder, also known as dry mango powder. Half teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder. This is entirely optional. If you're not a spicy person, you can totally omit the Kashmiri chili powder. And with my hand, I'm mixing all this really well. I'm lightly massaging the moringa leaves into the ingredients. This will also help to release the moisture of the leaves and the onion. And once nicely mixed, it's ready to add in the wheat flour. Into this I'm adding in 2 cups kapli wheat flour. Kapli wheat is an ancient variety of wheat grain which has a very weak gluten molecule and it is also high in fiber. Hence I prefer to use them in my recipes. However, if you don't have kapli wheat at hand, you can use ordinary whole wheat flour instead. So into this I'm adding in 2 cups of kapli wheat flour. So that is 2 cups of kapli wheat flour. With my hand I'm lightly mixing this, making sure that the wheat flour is incorporated into the other ingredients. And then I'm adding in water little by little. Mix and knead it into a smooth and soft dough. Okay, now I have kneaded into a soft dough. I'm drizzling in 1 teaspoon wood pressed groundnut oil. Instead of wood pressed groundnut oil, you can use desi ghee or any wood pressed oils of your choice. And coat the dough with the oil. This will actually prevent the dough from getting dry. I'm going to allow the dough to rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. I like to rest my dough and then make parathas. That will make the parathas more softer. However, if you are in a hurry, you can immediately start making the parathas. While the dough is resting, I'm going to make a spicy garlic chutney to go with this paratha. And for that, I have taken 15 red chilies, 15 garlic cloves, which I have slit into half, a small piece of ginger, a small piece of tamarind, a small piece of jaggery, organic jaggery. I'll be removing the stem of the red chilies. This is ordinary chilies, not Kashmiri chilies. If you're not a spicy person, you can discard the seeds. But I'm keeping the seeds. I like spicy chutneys. You can also use Kashmiri chili instead of this chili. Kashmiri chilies does not have much heat and also will give a nice color. To make this spicy chutney, heat a wide pan with 1 tablespoon wood pressed sesame oil. Instead of wood pressed sesame oil, you can use any locally sourced wood pressed oils of your choice. Making this chutney in wood pressed sesame oil, also known as til oil, makes it super delicious, hence I prefer to use it. However, it's just a matter of personal choice. And once the oil is heated, I'm adding in half teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. And once the jeera splutters, I'm adding in the garlic cloves. I'm roughly slicing the ginger and adding in. Reduce the flame to the lowest and lightly saute the garlic. And once the garlic starts to turn light golden brown, add in the red chilies. Give it a stir. Allow the red chilies to get lightly roasted. Remember, the flame is on the lowest. Add in tamarind, pink Himalayan salt as needed. At this point, the garlic has turned golden brown and I'm turning off the flame. I'm transferring it to another plate and I'm going to allow it to cool down. And once it has cooled down, add it into the chutney grinder. Add in the jaggery piece. This will give a sweet and sour taste to the chutney. As you can see, there is some residue oil in the pan. So into the pan, I'm adding in about 1/3 cup water. And I'm washing the residue into the chutney grinder. And I'm going to grind this to a fine paste. Okay, now the chutney is ready. It's nicely ground. If you want a thinner consistency, you can use half a cup of water. I used 1/3 cup water. Transfer the chutney to a bowl. And my spicy garlic chutney is ready to serve. So I'm going to keep this aside. And now let's start making the parathas. The dough is now well rested. So I'm going to divide the dough into equal portions and roll into parathas. Take a dough ball and roll it onto work surface. Sprinkle in kapli wheat flour and coat the dough with the flour. Lightly press it down and roll into a round roti. Brush some wood pressed groundnut oil. Instead of wood pressed groundnut oil, you can use desi ghee to brush on top of the roti. Sprinkle some kapli wheat flour on top and fold it into half. Again brush wood pressed groundnut oil on top. Sprinkle some kapli wheat and again fold into half. And now this has become into a triangle. Lightly press it down with your fingers and roll into a triangle shape. And my triangle Moringa Paratha is rolled out nicely. So I'm going to keep it aside. So I'm repeating the same thing with the rest of the dough. To make the paratha, heat a cast iron tawa. I'm drizzling 1 teaspoon wood pressed groundnut oil on top, and I'm placing the paratha over the oil. Drizzle 1 teaspoon wood pressed groundnut oil on top and on the sides as well. Flip it over. After about a minute, flip it over. Cook both sides of the paratha on medium flame. Also, kapli wheat has a slight reddish hue to the dough, and hence the paratha or roti will be slightly on the brown reddish color than the paratha or roti made with ordinary whole wheat flour. Since kapli wheat is high in fiber, it is very filling also. You can see that the layers has already started forming. And once both sides are light golden brown in color and the paratha is nicely cooked, you can transfer to a plate. I'm going to transfer to a plate. And my Moringa Paratha is ready to serve. I'm serving it with chili garlic chutney and some shallots for added crunch, extra iron and folate. So guys, do try this Moringa Paratha and let me know how it turned out. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.